Hey everyone, I'm Terrence Young. Welcome back to another episode of Possess the Land. Thank you for joining me, or thank you for watching this video wherever you might be in the world. And hopefully, your day is. I'm in Chicago, Illinois, so hopefully you're someplace sunny and warm. It's a little cloudy here today, a little dreary, but it's not cold, so that's a good thing. Always a good thing. So I'm in my reading room right now, and so as you typically, when I'm in my reading room, I'm looking for a particular book today. What I was investing in, as opposed to possessing the land, I was investing in health. Okay, and remember, I talk about health, wealth, um, a variety of types of investing, knowledge, for instance. Reading books is about knowledge. But what did we do? So today is April 15th, and so I want to tell you what we're going to talk about today first. I'm going to talk about wrapping up 2025 taxes and preparing for 2026 taxes. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about where I'm going with the series next, which is going to be a conversation about investing in real estate. So let's get to the wrap up. I wrote down a few notes here. So did you file your taxes? I filed mine. It was a little stressful this year, but I got them filed. I had to send the IRS some money. So if you found yourself in a similar situation, hopefully you did file. If you didn't file, maybe you filed for an extension. You can still get an extension. It's not too late to do that. But just remember this, even with an extension, if you owe the IRS some money, you might want to send them some money to avoid some of the penalties and interest you might have to pay later on down the road. So getting an extension does not mean that you don't have to pay. You still have to pay. So wrapped up 2025 taxes, done, it's a wrap. But let's talk about 2026, because some of the feedback I got was kind of like, okay, so why did you start this series so late when it's now time to deal with taxes? So now we're starting early for 2026 taxes, which will be paid in 2027, okay? They'll do April 15, 2027, all of us would have to pay 2026's taxes. But let me ask you this about the wrap up. If you got a refund, maybe you're having, if you have a job, you get a W-2, you get paid bi-weekly, month, whatever case, maybe you're having too much money withheld from your check when you can take that money and invest that money as opposed to giving the IRS a free loan. So talk to your employer, talk to your tax advisor, accountant, or somebody to find out what's the right amount of taxes you should have withheld from your check. If you're self-employed, the way you do that is through a budget. You can project how much money you think you're going to make for the year, or if you have a business, even still tax advisors are critically important. Your budget will give you an idea of what to expect in terms of whether you're going to make a profit or have a loss, and whether or not you'll have a tax liability, get a tax refund, whatever the case may be. At any rate, quarterly payments become the key. So in planning for 2026's taxes, make sure that you know whether or not you need to make quarterly payments to the IRS if you expect to make a profit. So that's the wrap up of 2025 taxes. Filing the taxes, preparing for 2026, have a budget, make quarterly payments, talk to a tax professional, on and on and on and on. Okay, all those things are great things. But now let's get to the heart of the matter. I love that phrase. It reminds me of a song. And the heart of the matter for investing in real estate is this. It's about possess the land. So I want to start by telling you two examples of why possessing the land is critically important and represents billions of dollars. One of those situations is playing out right now between Iran and the United States and other countries too that are being impacted by the situation, the war. Is Iran is claiming control of this body of water called the Strait of Hormuz, I think it is, if I pronounced the name correctly. Excuse me if I don't. And the fact that Iran can control this body of water means they can impact billions of dollars worth of commerce, in particular oil shipments that need to flow through this body of water to the rest of the world. I think I read something that says about a third of the world's oil supply has to go through this body of water. Whoever controls the body of water controls billions of dollars worth of commerce. And so that impact we're seeing today in gasoline prices. So think about that for a second. Iran is truly saying, We possess this land. We have authority over this land. Another situation that comes to mind for me about possess the land has to do with the Panama Canal. Last year, I had the opportunity to visit Panama for the first time, and I had the opportunity to visit the canal. And I did not know the full history of the canal. It is an amazing story. I didn't realize, maybe I'd heard this before someplace, but at some point, the United States, we had control of the Panama Canal. And under President Carter, we gave it back to Panama. So look what happens. Fast forward to 2025, and a new president, President Trump, says, we want the canal back. He started talking to Panama, started making declarations how we wanted the canal back, on and on. I don't think Panama's going to give up that canal, because that canal, I think, connects the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean, and commerce passes through it. And without being able to go through the canal, it has to go around, take a route that takes, I don't know how much more time, but it adds time and costs and delays. And if that canal was to close, we would all feel the impact of that. We being the consumer, principally. Business people as well too, we would feel the impact of those goods and services that we're getting from other parts of the world. So 2 examples of how possessing the land has serious impact on the lives of a lot of us, okay? I wish I owned the Panama Canal. I'd take it, okay, if I could get my hands on it. So, possess the land. So in the series coming up, there's a lot of detail that I'm going to share. So I will put out a schedule ahead of time, because I'm going to need to break it down in parts so that the videos aren't just overly long and that kind of thing. And there might be one part that you're interested in, another part you won't be interested in. So you'll be able to pick and choose which part will work for you. So before I go, let me also say this. I want to thank you all for watching the other videos. If you watch them, if not, go back and watch them, because the information, I mean, even though 2025 tax time is, kind of come and gone, too late to do a lot of things, but it's still great information that can help you plan for 2026. I'm Terrence Young. I'm in Chicago, Illinois, sitting in my house in my reading room today. And thank you very much for tuning in. If you like the information, please share it. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, my Facebook page, follow me on Instagram. Share the video with your friends and other people you might know, because there's a lot of valuable information. And I'm open to feedback as well too. If there's a particular subject or something around finance and accounting and stuff you'd like to see me or hear me talk about, please do. I come from a finance and accounting background. I come from a banking and lending background. And so that's been my life as well too. So stay tuned. Thank you for tuning in, and enjoy the rest of your day.